In a controversial and unprecedented move, the House Intelligence Committee on Friday released a previously classified memo alleging abuse of government surveillance powers by the Justice Department. President Trump signed off on the release of the document without redactions despite fierce public objections from the FBI, which warned that the memo contained material omissions of fact that fundamentally impact the memo's accuracy. Read the memo here. The memo accuses senior officials at the Department of Justice of inappropriately using a piece of opposition research into then-candidate Trump to obtain surveillance warrants on transition team members as part of the federal investigation into the Trump campaign and Russia. According to the document, information from the so-called Steele dossier was essential to the acquisition of surveillance warrants on Trump campaign aide Carter Page. Intelligence Committee Republicans, led by Chair Devin Nunes, R. California, leveraged an obscure House rule never before used by the committee to override the classification of the document, arguing that its findings are serious enough that the public deserves to know about them. House conservatives have touted the memo's revelations as worse than Watergate and hinted that it could prove the undoing of the federal investigation into Trump's campaign. Advertisement Democrats on the panel say that it is a cherry-picked set of inaccurate accusations designed to kneecap special counsel Robert Mueller. They have drafted their own counter-memo to rebut the Republican-drafted document, but the majority voted against immediately making that document public earlier this week. The release of the document comes as the Justice Department has come under increasingly withering criticism from both the president and Republicans in Congress, and as Mueller has appeared to inch closer to interviewing the president. The Bureau, which saw the memo prior to its release, said that it had grave concerns about the accuracy of the document. The FBI takes seriously its obligations to the FISA court and its compliance with procedures overseen by career professionals in the Department of Justice and the FBI, the FBI said in its statement. We are committed to working with the appropriate oversight entities to ensure the continuing integrity of the FISA process. The memo is based on a slate of highly classified materials provided to the committee by the Justice Department itself, in a closed-door deal brokered by Speaker Paul Ryan, R.W.S. The Justice Department has claimed that the release of the memo is an abrogation of the terms of that deal, an assertion spokesmen for both Ryan and Nunes have rejected. The underlying evidence remains classified, a state of affairs that Democrats and some national security analysts say makes it impossible to independently verify the memo's conclusions. Ahead of the document's release, Ryan privately urged House Republicans not to overplay the document, and not to tie it to the Mueller investigation. First, there are legitimate questions about whether American civil liberties were violated by the FISA process, he told reporters after the meeting. This is a completely separate matter from Bob Mueller's investigation and his investigation should be allowed to take its course, he continued. _developing.